it's censored all the way through. So if Grandma pets the cat from head to toe, it will all light up and sound. Same with the dogs. Beagles are big sellers. In case you want
Basset hounds. Everything we do is through Melissa and Doug Toy Company, and actually over in the UK, I teamed up with Bruschetta, they're called, the toy company over there, and I get all my cats from overseas now. They're very lifelike. I believe in making the paranormal equipment that I make is so tough. Like I have literally, I think I've had in all the years I've done this, I've had like 3 pieces of equipment come back that were faulty, and I fixed them, gave them right back to them actually.
Yeah.
But the dogs and cats, they're absolutely lifelike. I mean, the basset hound and the cats, you cannot even tell the difference. Like if it was sitting there, you would think that was a real cat actually sitting on a chair or a dog sitting on the floor.
Right.
Do they talk to each other?
They could. Well, the thing is, we went to like Oliver House, and they have one of their claims at Oliver House is that they have dogs, ghost dogs. They were, like the highly honored pets in the building, and they're seen all over the place. We put a cat on the table. That cat would not stop going off. So you got to think that either the dogs are going after the cat, being dogs would be dogs. Why is there a cat in my house? So it's just how you use them and where you use them. If you want to take the basset hound or the beagles or whatnot out into the battlefields of Gettysburg, that could have been
actually where I came up with the idea.
Really?
Yeah, in
know that.
the battlefields.
Well, what a good idea! Great minds think alike. Did you see that?
Well, that's not how I came up with the idea. Actually, the idea, I was out on the battlefields, and I always go out on the battlefields, and I want to investigate with other people.
Yep.
So I was at Devil's Den.
Yep.
Which is like the last stronghold for the Union Army.
Right.
And this guy was coming up, and he had a knapsack full of paranormal equipment sticking out the sides, and I mean, it was everywhere. This guy had the gauntlet.
Did he have Boo Bear?
He had everything. And I said, "Do you mind if I join you?" And he said, "No, come on." And he didn't know who I was, and obviously I didn't know who he was, but I wish I did, because I could thank him now, because we're up there asking questions to these roughneck, soldiers who have been in the field for months and months and months, and he whips out his Boo Bear.
I knew it.
And he puts it up on a rock, and he says, "How about touching my Boo Bear?" And I looked at him, I said,
"No.
Yeah, this is not going to work here."
No.
So going home, when I was driving home, I thought, boy, there's got to be something that I could come up with that would be like a universal kind of thing, for everything.
Right.
And that's when I come up with the dogs, the trigger prop dogs. Everybody's had experience with a dog or a cat, so.
Right. Yeah. And I have a fox, Mark, because I'm the parafox. So I'm the only one that has a fox in the world, and the only one that ever will, just so you know.
What's the fascination with a fox?
It's my spirit guide. I love them. They're with me. They guide me. They're amazing. They're amazing creatures, and they're beautiful. Long story, but yes.
Now I'm going to ask an offbeat question here. Why are you, did you say tall diva? I've got this impression that you go around with tools going, "Hey, don't you touch that." Well,
no.
Something along that lines.
No, I'm a carpenter. I build things, I fix things, I can do everything. Anything in the carpentry field, I can build furniture. I take kitchens out. I could build the cabinets, but I don't anymore, really. But I put the kitchens in, I tile, I put floors in, I do it all. I do that. So my workshop is huge and full of all kinds of woodworking tools, big tools. I have every tool known to man. And I pretty much use them all, but I have like several of everything. And Bob has his electronic shop, which is a nice, small, neat little shop. So people come in and they assume the opposite. They assume that the big workshop is Bob's and the little one's mine. And nope. No, I wouldn't dare attempt to do what he does. I can't do it. I don't have the patience. I can't work with those tiny little things. I will use a persuader, which is a hammer, to make electronics work. So that doesn't go well.
That sounds like what they do in Britain. If something doesn't work, you give it a good tap.
Yes.
Now, can you tell me a little bit about where you go to visit with your ghostly excursions?
Oh, we've gone. We go to Rolling Hills. Palmyra is our next one. That is next weekend. Palmyra Historic Museum is 5 buildings, 5 in one location. That's what we're doing next week. Then we have our Pennhurst ghost hunts. I mentioned Rolling Hills already.
Right, that's already sold out.
Yeah, that one's sold out. Again, that's our second one. We added another one, and Rolling Hills sells out just as soon as you put it out.
And in September, we'll be back at Pennhurst again.
Yes, then we got Pennhurst again. We got Bolton Mansion coming up. We have David Stewart Farm, which is in Gettysburg. Let's see, what else have we got going on? We're looking into next year, because we have a lot of film in between our events. We are filming too, the Haunted Destinations Ghost Detective show. So we're constantly going, So Bob is building his equipment, and we're doing our events, and we're filming, and we're all over the place. So it's tough. But next year we've already got our schedule going for next year, and we're gonna have some bigger locations, different locations. We're going after trying to get things that no one has been to, types of locations as well. So just what
inspired it? What inspired you to do that?
Well, everyone always says, I wish I could ghost hunt with you. I wish I could ghost hunt. I wish I could do what you do. And this way they can. And it's supervised,
It's affordable, too.
And yeah, affordable, because if you have a bunch of people in a big location, as opposed to, a small group having to buy this big venue, it costs them a lot of money. Where if we run it, it's lesser money, and you have our knowledge. We let you use our equipment. We show you how the equipment is properly used, what it is all used for. One's used for vibration, one's used for EMF, one's used for proximity, yada, yada, yada. And we'll show you how and why we use what we use. Or if you're seasoned and you want to come, we'll let you go. And you can go off on your own and go hunt the location yourself. But it's to make it affordable, and people like to be with us for some reason.
And also, your TV show. Can you tell me a little bit about that, please?
Okay. Ghost Detectives. Right now, we're called Haunted Destinations Ghost Detectives. We are filming with a production company. Sean Anthony owns it. It's called Harvest Moon. They're out of Burbank, California. And this is our first season with him. But before Sean came into our lives, we're actually pretty sure we're going national now with everything. It's going to be really cool, and we can't announce what channel we're going on, but we are going to be national in the next, I would say, 6 months or so. But the Ghost Detectives TV show is in its 9th season of filming. We're on our local Fox network down this way in northeastern Pennsylvania. We roughly hit 4 to 5 million people every year. They usually run us from September until like the middle of January. And we actually shot over 100 episodes already with Ghost Detectives.
And that's when I joined. I joined at the 100th episode.
What do you think is the biggest difference between doing a TV show and a radio show?
Huge difference. Well, the radio, we can sit here and pretty much we're friends, and we know what's going on, and everything is in front of us. The TV show, we're investigating. You don't know what's going to happen, and that's the that's the front of that. I mean, anybody who investigates understands that you don't know. People can say, "Oh, I've got the most active place ever," and you'll always get something, and you go in and you try everything under the sun, you get nothing. Where we were just this weekend, the owner was saying it's been flat, like it was very active, and then had this little flat period, and he was a little concerned, saying, I don't know what's going to happen. It was so active, it was crazy for 2 whole nights and some during the day. It was endless. There was so much going on, but it is different where all of these guys are seasoned with the television, with the cameras and everything, and I'm not, so I have to remember, where the camera is, because I'm a seasoned investigator, and what I do, I'm that one. We have a runner on our team that runs away from things. I'm the one that runs to it. So if I hear a sound, a noise, someone calling my name or anything like that, I'm going to go to it. I'm not going to run away from it, and I have to remember that there's a camera that needs to come with me. Right?
When I mentioned earlier you like to treat ghosts with respect, I think that's a very important thing to do. Because like you say, I think sometimes I have seen some groups go out their way to provoke a reaction, which I'm not think is a very good thing to do.
No, absolutely not. If someone comes to our events, either if they're inebriated, on drugs or any kind of impaired, we will kick them right out, because that's number one no. You don't mix alcohol or drugs with paranormal. It's too dangerous. And then if someone provokes or someone's taunting a spirit, again, we'll kick them out, because you wouldn't want if you're sitting in your living room, you wouldn't want someone coming in and kicking your door down and demanding you to speak or throw rocks at someone or hit someone standing next to them. It's like, what?
Not just that. I mean, it's the people that own the building. They have to deal with the aftermath.
Right, and they have to live there. Yeah.
Exactly.
Gina?
Yes.
Sorry to disturb you, but we'll be going to a break soon. But we'll discuss this after the break, because I think this is very interesting.
Absolutely.
That's why I brought it up, because I think it's very important that people should respect things. And I think it's something that we should develop in a group. I'm going to put it out there, we should all respect the ghosts that we are investigating and make sure that you do this, because it's a very important thing to do. Don't go out there and provoke it. You may not like what you get back.
Amen.
All right. I lost my track of thought then. Sorry about that.
I thought we were going
on a break.
Yeah, I thought we were going on break right there.
I'm just. I think we're nearly there.
Okay. Right. That is important.
I just thought I didn't want you to go. Yes, I didn't want to go into too much conversation. And yes, we're in a break now. See you later then, Gina and Bob.